INCR, Intercure, announcing strategic acquisition of Ishi, unlocking access to premium U.S. cannabis technology and brands. That's India November Charlie Romeo shares moving a bit higher now. XPOF Exponential Fitness announcing divestiture of Lindora, X-Ray Papa Oscar Foxtrot, XPOF. ENLV and SXTP and LiveX and 60 Degrees Pharma. Disregard that. ZOOZ, Zoo's shareholders approved previously announced $180 million private placement of Bitcoin Treasury Reserve strategy and all related proposals that Zulu Oscar Zulu. VOR, Biopharma shares resumed trading, dropping to 26. Biopharma trading this morning on a reverse stock split, 20, 1 for 20 reverse stock split, taking effect now. That's Victor Oscar Romeo. OPEN, Open Door, naming a new interim CFO. That's Oscar Papa Echo November, OPEN.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Wow, I just missed that next. I was just taking a trade on this with Charlie. Look at that, huh?
Shares spiking $8.88 now. That's Zulu Oscar Zulu.
Wow. Got to buy the ass to get in. I'll try it again. I'll try it again and see what we get here. That could have been it. This is what happens when you jump in. It's like I had 20 bucks and then this happened. Let's wait for a second though for the next surge and
Bitcoin Treasury.
It's a danger with these. It's like you got to get the pop immediately or it goes against you, you know. So we're already down all the way down here. And I couldn't have got in it unless I went ahead and did the ask. So at least that's what it appeared like. So you know, I could add to it down here and hope for a recovery. You know, it was like a nice trade. I was doing a quick one for Charlie to show Benzinga how it calls, and then you can just jump on these things right away. But then this can happen, you know, and then you can be way down here. So I will go ahead and do that. So I've got 100 shares now on the recovery of this. So I'm at 765 now. So we're looking for the bounce back up here, thinking that the news is not, you know, some people are just getting this news. So I'm expecting it to go way up higher. But since it just went, you know, it could go down like $5 on me here, you know, $500 in a split second. So I got to get ready to get out, obviously, if it goes down pretty fast here. So there wasn't any real sign of a recovery or anything. So that was just taking a chance. I'd have to sell the bid to get out fast, and it'll be the worst price for me. So I'm just seeing how far I want to hold this down. I'm not liking the look of it. It needs to have a bounce here pretty quick. It's still a chance. Always a chance, but now it's sort of lost its momentum. The news has been out, it's over, and people are like, you know, kind of taking their profit and jumping out. So we need a new resurgence of a report coming out. That was 901 and is now 906. There it goes. We get it up. I'm all the way up at 65. So you've got to look for it here. Getting ready to cut my losses here if it keeps fading on this. Let's see if we get a recovery. I have no way of this. It's just a total crapshoot. So I missed I mean, I did get the move, and then I just got greedy and tried to get more of a move, and so now it's like a real crapshoot of what could happen here. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So I'm out in 118. Yeah, that was bad, but you know that's what happens when you do these momentums. Do I want to sit and wait for a recovery? Not really, because they're just not on light speed. I'm going to get bad entries. And now the news did its thing, and now it's like, may come back later here at some point, but that was, unfortunately, that put her in the red. So we were in the green at first, like $30. Now imagine if you had, you know, 1,000 shares or 2,000 shares, and this is what happens when we normally trade these stocks, and you've got to be, you know, you can see how the volume picked up there too for it. So bad start today. I'm still waiting to see if it gets a big push, and then I might you know, if it starts to really climb here fast, I might jump on it to try to recover.
A report from the information that OpenAI has struck an agreement with Luxshare, an iPhone assembler, to produce a future.
I would want to see a second green candle here, or the news story hits again. You know, would make it jump. So I'm going to wait it out just a few more minutes just to see if I can recover on this one. But I need to see something definitive for me to take a shot, especially on Thinkorswim. So, yeah, that was just a fake out. Break $6. Yeah, tempting now. It is getting tempting now. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Nope, I didn't get it. Now I got it. Is it going to kill me again? I got it at 595, so need a pretty big move up here for it to do anything for me. Yeah, it seems like it's going to do it again. This can suck you into just suddenly you're down $300-400 before you know what happened. This is not how we normally trade here. If you just tuned in, I just was trying to show a lot of traders here do trade like this, but not on Thinkorswim. It's not typically where you trade these kind of movers, because the platform isn't really designed to do it very well. So I'm sitting over here on the bid because I have to get out. If it starts to go down, I need to get out fast. So I take the worst position. Yeah, I'm just going to get out. So that's even worse now because I played games with it. So got to recover from that today, unfortunately. We'll just turn that right off. This is why I don't do the momentum as much as I used to, and I definitely need better news stories than that. What I was trying to show you guys, why I brought that up, was I have a link on how to get this now if you want, because I have affiliated partnership with Benzinga. I've been working with them for many, many years, but now I finally made it available for you guys. So that was a momentum stock that came up. But this one here, which is named after me, why is this not coming up here, the movers? This should be lighting up, and it's not. I don't know why. But typically it's pretty deep right here, and it's showing. So this is how I set it up. So I'm going to make a whole video about this, and there are people that just wait for the news story to come out, jump on for a few seconds and get out, it was great. I did that originally, and I was kind of trying to show you guys and went back in it, and that's where I made the mistake, because it was green, and then I just should have left it alone. The idea is on these that you jump in and just get out and then wait for the next story. Jump in and then get out. Jump in, get out. And it really works. It works because people jump on those stories. It's like incredible. But now I've got a little hole to dig out of, which is annoying for this share size. It's hard when we're trading such low share size. But I am the professor with Day Trading for Success. Welcome. Happy Friday. Let's go over our news today. So the rate cut, all the markets are still reacting, hit record highs. Nvidia just did a $5 billion investment in Intel yesterday. The future Fed guidance remains key. U.S.-China developments talk, Trump and TikTok deal happening. The other big news on that was that BABA, which I was on earlier, there's news about that, having its chip to replace Nvidia. So you could expect this stock to go up today. So we should maybe, remember yesterday to watch that. iPhone 17 out today. So early reports are very positive about Apple, and it's already up from the close, $3. So I'm expecting this to be 243 to 245 by end of day. That would be my call on Apple. The other stocks we look at, bullish on Nvidia, neutral on AMD, slightly bearish, it says. Bullish on Palantir, Oracle is bullish, Hood is neutral. Apple is slight bullish, it says. Google, Alphabet, bullish. Amazon, neutral to slight bullish. MU is bullish. And then other big news stories are Tesla, long-term narrative remains strong with AI, robotics, etc. Intel bullish likely today because of NVIDIA investments deal could lead the chip rally. Plus the government's invested in that security as well now. So it will not fail. So that's something that people would want to get involved in. Apple, Microsoft likely to benefit from a strong sector. QQQ and the SPY bullish, QQQ stronger bullish. So yeah, it's weird how it's doom and gloom on tech like a week ago, and now it's like, oh, it's all strong. It's just like all bullish. All right, so that's our general stories 15 minutes before the market opens. I'm thinking Tesla is leading the volume this morning on all the big ones. It's expensive stock, but I do expect that to be up today, Friday. I'm kind of surprised it's not higher now already, frankly, than what it was. I thought it was going to be more like 4:30 this morning when I took a look at it. But NVIDIA down a little bit from the close, but not much. Apple's up almost $3 from the close. Palantir is even. AMD is even from the close. Oracle is up slightly from the close. They're expecting news that to go up today again. So that could be an interesting one if we get volume over there. Amazon is up. Hood is up. A story against Walmart was positive toward Amazon, I heard this morning. So that might drive Amazon slightly up if you're a big Amazon trader. For me, I think I'm going to be looking at Apple because of the i17. Let me just make sure we are set up. If it can get enough volume, that's the thing. Like, is it just going to be a slow moving animal again, or is it going to really have some volume? I think the fibs are okay the way they are. Our historical data looks okay. I think maybe this level, smooth it across where it hits here too. Kind of stalled right there and stalled right there. So that could be an area to watch. That's right at 240, yeah, which would make sense. And even dollar, guys. Remember, even dollars. Not enough here to really... Well, actually, yeah. That stopped a whole bunch of places right there, didn't it? So that could be the next fail-safe level from 240 down, 239.78. So we'll keep a look at that as we trade. But we're going to look at intraday levels as we start to trade that. Tesla. Let me take a look at that. Yeah, so there's our fib. That's fine. 2-day fib is fine. So you saw me. This is from me doing lots of trades yesterday. Rather than remove all the drawings, I'll just remove the ones I did yesterday. We don't really want this intraday stuff to mess us up here. So, just in case they're respected. Again, this is just a way to mark out levels, create channels. With the Fibonacci, creates great channels. So you can go, long off the floor and then short off the ceiling, long off the floor, short off the ceiling. Oops. And then it channel hopped here, then went short. So, they may or may not work. They work more often than not. So that's why I mark them, because you trade with the crowd. So this is way up here at 425. We got a dead stop right there, and then it came and hit it again. So that's 424.80. That could be, if it started to go up, that could be a rejection level just below that fib. I don't know. I want to see intraday traffic. The fibs kind of cover it. So we'll be going by the fibs. I just don't expect much from NVIDIA. I don't know if I want to mark it out even. Let's take a look at Oracle. I'm looking over here at the other scanners, not understanding why I'm not getting results on my Benzinga. Something's like locked up here. I don't know what's going on with that, but that's annoying. I was just messing with it today, so I think I did a setting wrong. So I'm going to make a whole tutorial video about Benzinga and how you guys can get it and how so many pro traders use it, and it probably pays for itself in the first trading session you have. But you want to understand how to use it first. So I do have a link to get it, and it helps this channel if you get it through my link. So I'd appreciate that. And I'll go on talking more and more about it. It's not new to me, guys. I just didn't really want to promote it until I actually had an arrangement with them. So I've been partnered for a long time. So let's take a look here. I would hold that historical. I don't know what historical that is. Okay. Yeah, those are all pretty solid, abrupt turnarounds. So expecting a recovery today on Oracle. Let's see what happens. kind of smooth to a general area. We might get some support at the 95. Wow, it went all the way down to 92 yesterday, huh? So this one usually doesn't have the volume that we need to get in and out, trading on a 1 minute candle. So it's probably not going to be, usually it's not very usual for it at all to trade it, but I don't know. That's not going to be my first choice. Let's take another look at BAVA right now, because I tend to not go back to it because it's not hitting my scanners. See, a couple of new ones came up over here on the minimum of 15 cents per 1 minute candle move. Easy to borrow. See what this one looks like. Apparently the indicators like the move on this one. Oh, so I was way down here a while ago on this. I'll put a 2-day on this because it is pulling back, so we might get some opportunities here. We might be a winner. I'm perturbed that I sent Charlie down a loss trade this morning. We should have just did exactly what you're supposed to do. Take the first move on that stock and then walk away. I know better. You get that kind of FOMO feeling and messed me up to keep trading it. So yeah, we're down near the lower fibs from a few days ago. On this one, don't really have any news on this. ETF. Are they the next big deal? Are they the next big deal? So this is probably not going to move very fast for us as far as price action. So this, I marked it out. We can come back and take a look at it. It's the top of the scanners right now on the 15 cents per 1 minute. So that's pretty good. But it is actually down from its close, though. Yeah. You can see that right there. So interesting. So opening trades, Tesla, if you so want to do such a risky thing. Apple, I'm expecting it to go up today. So let's take a look at where we might. This is a much more conservative entry. Slower moving stock. It's already climbing. And I think a lot of people are going to just jump on it at the market open. So if it picks it up at a certain price in here, if I set it at the ladder, let's see where it's at before the market even opens. But again, so we're trading large cap, mega cap mostly. But if we come across a mid cap that's viable under the parameters of things moving, Remember, I am not a licensed financial advisor, guys. You should read that and speak to a licensed financial advisor before you try to emulate anything you see or anything I show on this channel. This is my typical plan that I follow. I would recommend everything here except adding to your position unless you're very used to that. That's a very risky way to trade. I would only do it if I see the price action moving back in my favor with some strength, and even then I get it wrong, fairly often. So it's dangerous. But the good part about this: only enter 25% of your position and take smaller victories throughout the hour or half hour, a day, however long you trade. But you should read that and practice those other parts of that. So we're 4 minutes away from the open. Happy Friday and good luck with everybody today. We started out badly, unfortunately, chasing some mover. It's probably now gone straight up since I got out of it. Yes, it did. It went way past my position. Now it's going back down. So I could have held into that move. I don't know. I just didn't know enough about it to do that. Yeah, it went way past my position. Now it's flushing just before the market opens. Interesting. So you'll see your momentum traders jumping on that one. I don't even want to go look at it because it's going to mess up my charts. I think I'm going to stay over here on Apple, guys. I like the way it's pulling back right now before the open rather than going up before the open. So, it's 49. This is just a 50-cent historical data channel. I'll set it at 41 for now. I'll buy at 41 and see it. Oh, it's going to pass it looks like. Oh, actually, that reminds me. I think I'm still on extended. Yes. Okay. That would have been annoying. I'm on the right account. Yeah, there it goes. So now I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do what I was about to do. It's already moved that direction. So, yeah, it's definitely showing us that it wants to go up today. So could just enter in, the second it opens, we could just go for it, try to get out quickly. That's a serious risk. Wow, scanners just did a whole bunch more stuff. Filled me up. Wow. NVIDIA just hit the top of the 15 cent. Apple's second now. Guy's got to remember he's got his mic on. Here we go, guys. 30 seconds. I'm just going to watch this at first. I'm not going to do a move here. And it's not wise to trade the opening candle, as you know. It doesn't mean I won't trade it. I'm just saying that you probably shouldn't. Don't do as I do. Do as I say would be the better way. Like, don't trade the opening candle. But I take big chances and do stupid stuff just because it's exciting. And I do trade out of just because I like to trade. So more than making the money, I like to trade. Looking for the dip down here. I almost picked it up down there. That would have been a 50-cent trade already. Okay, there's a dip I was looking for. Get down there lower. Go dip, go dip. Don't go up, go dip. It's going up. There's a dip. Kinda. No. This first candle, all these market orders, preset orders are shaken out, so it's really hard to. There it goes. Wow. So it would have been. That would have been a good trade. I'm going to look for a pullback on this, but I needed more action to happen here. I do believe it's going to be up today, but I think we're going to get some retracement like with anything. But that would have been a good $100 trade there right off the bat. We got to dig out of a little hole here already, so I don't want to make another hole. Well, look at it go. So we're on our second candle. Let's look for a pretty big retracement down here. 41, 241 even maybe. That's a long way down. There's the ATR high right there already. There's the ATR RV level half there. This could end up being a good RV stock today because it's got a probably rates a 6 or 7 on the RV scale. I will go and mark it if I trade this just so I get in. I'm going to go ahead and go in. So I went in off of that. And I'll hold this into a pretty big move here. Even if it goes down even a couple $100, I'll probably hold it as a bigger swing. But it doesn't mean I don't want to get out here at a small profit. So there's 19, working our way back up. I was just letting you know I expect some fairly big swings here. It's our first trade here since market open, $19. Can't go by any indicators. We just got price flow to watch. That's it. It's too early for the indicators to kick in. I'm going to give this a breath here because it's banging against that ATR. So that's there's serious resistance.
377 halted down after the open, still up about 62%, but well off the $9.27 pre-market high. Shareholders approved all proposals related to their previously announced $180 million.
There goes that one we lost money on. It's going crazy. Hesitate to go short on this one, guys. I'm more inclined to look for a dip and a retracement back. I mean, a move back up rather than a retracement down. But I think with Apple, we're going to get opportunities both ways if we're quick about it and don't just hold for a bigger move. Just do the strategy the way it's supposed to be done and just take little moves. I'm going to try to get in there. So I got it in at 53. Got out. So we got $44. Yeah, I thought the fib was going to be my fail-safe down there, so we got it just above that. So I'm writing the price action and the levels and the historical data levels on Apple right now with a long bias. Long bias. Can we dip down there again? I'll try it again. What did I get that? That's too high. Cancel all. I'm going to get out of that order. Get back down me in the 40 cents is down there. That would be good. 241.40 or below, right near that fib. Yeah, I think that was the spot, and it didn't pick me up. There it goes. So we missed another $30, $40 trade right there. Here we go. I'm going to try it. I get it at 45. See me? There, I tried to get it there. I got it. So my buttons are in the wrong positions here.
Russell 2000 index hits a new intraday record high.
Good news on the market, which means Apple is going to keep doing what it needs to do, which is going to go up for us today, right, Apple? It's got us $60. Looking for a dip down again. We'll try to get closer to that fib, which is at the 37 mark. And he's got another fib below that at the 22. It's stalling here and kind of retracing. So let's be careful looking at the little picture. Big picture is just straight up on both the 15 and the 5. So any kind of a dip in here is a good dip, really. I got a little greedy waiting for a bigger dip. Yeah, I missed the move there. Just playing it conservative. Unlike my early morning trade. In all fairness, we did quite well before we came to Thinkorswim. So, okay. So now it's curious to go off of that ATR level to try to. It keeps banging that ATR level at 42.50. Really is an interesting spot to go short. It's a little soon to start doing that game, right? Because it could be up to 245 in just an hour from now. So. What is he talking about?
AMC shares are pumping on that news now. Alpha Michael Charlie. AMC was showing the Iris tour film previously. Now shares moving on this latest news. $2.94 now. Alpha Michael Charlie.
I'm not going to jump on AMC right now. No matter what he says. Not going to do it. Made my money with AMC years ago. Along with that and GameStop and Bed and Bath and Beyond and all those companies. We all made a fortune on that. So I'm trying to get in down there at 38 cents, which is right at the fib. It didn't pick me up. I'm canceling so I can get a better look at price flow was moving down. So I got out thinking it wasn't done pounding through that. So let's see. I mean, it came into the day at almost 241. So, yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. That's why I didn't stick into it. So here's our level to. Yeah, I am gonna take that though, because even if it goes way below that, I think that's a good recovery point to have right there, as it will recover even if it takes me red for a bit.
Hollywood Reporter says AMC did not respond to request for comment on its involvement in the project.
So we took a small trade there, got to 76. Looking to buy the bid closer to 241 again, see if it pounds down there again. Looks like it hit a wall there on those two double fibs, kind of stopped that puppy. You got the VWAP right there too. And that's the 20 moving average. So the indicators basically called a stop there, and it did work. And then the 241 is basically historical data, but very near where the price action started today. What was our open? Our open on Apple was 241.22, closed 237.88. So it's got some room to go down if it decides. Just want to make sure there's not negative news on the I-17. Surprised. It's just doing its normal swaling here. So I think a dip in here is in order. Just making sure it's not doing some huge rejection here. So I kind of called pause for a minute. So take a look here and see what is it doing for us here. So right now it's only moving 6 to 8 cents every 10 seconds. Mostly going down and not enough to get out. There it was. So that would have been a definite good. So that's what I like to see. We want to see a recoil so we can make the money. We don't want to see just a fade with only 6 cents recoveries or something. So now we have a rejection down here. So that's good. It's a great pattern to show a turnaround too. So I would be more inclined to hit it down here, 241 again. I'm going to go ahead and go for it. So 290, what did I get that at? 241 even. Okay. Looking for a recoil up there. Oh, that was only like $4, I think, but $8. But I'll take it just because of the way it's moving. It looked like it was $16 for a second, but it should recoil and pick me up the way it was moving on the level 2.
NNE, nano-nuclear energy, hitting 4010.
I'm leaving it in there for a snap and then reassess. All right, so we're up to 84. I'm going to reassess now for a better entry. There's 241 again. I need it to show more recovery here. It's fading down, so we need to. The recoil got much smaller there as I was watching it. It was like, hang on. 242.70 was the high.
ALXO, ALX Oncology popping here on volume. Alpha Lima X-ray Oscar, ALXO.
We got to break down off both the fibs, break down off the opening. Now we need some confidence before we go long again here. I'm going to hold out for a bit. This is some weird action that's going on. So here is our, we're going back close to the ATR RV strategy level, which makes it a much more viable RV stock for today. I mean, I think this is what we're going to trade today because we talked about it, because it's a consolidating stock with a catalyst. So we like it that it's going to stay consolidated but has a bias. So that picks a very good stock for RV trading. And it's got a range. So you're doing 1,000, 1,500 shares. You're going to get picked up, alternative routing with Apple, and you have a range of, $2 to $4 easily. So can make your 5-10K today on this one. Okay, are we making a tweezer move and stopping here at the 40.50, 240.50? We finally found a bottom here, or is it just going to play with us still? Nvidia's up. AMD's up. Tesla's way up. Oh, I wasn't watching Tesla. There it goes. Okay, so I'm going to be switching to Tesla in a minute, guys. It's up $6, so it has the likelihood to go the farthest for us today. So that was the bottom, it appears. Let's give this time to consolidate a little bit. Let's take a look at Tesla here. Wow, huh? We missed that. Can you say FOMO? Let's lower this to 50 shares. This thing will blow by its hole in $half things very, very quickly. Let's keep track of our opening here. Just trying to get a bead on stuff, guys. So we're moving about 20 cents on the swale, 20 to 30 cents. Looking for a dip closer to the 426 right now. I don't know how big a pullback this is going to be. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. All right, so we are playing at long biased and went in for a dip there with just 50 shares, nice and tight, being prepared to go down a little bit and then possibly add as we hit the ATR. So
IDAI trust stamp announcing $12.7 million plus contract extension. That's India Delta Alpha India. IDAI shares moving on that.
Well, I hope that wasn't the top, and it's sending me a bad message here. So I've got it at 425.84, so I'm a buck down, roughly. Looking for a dead stop at the ATR, I hope, which is 424.40. I did jump in that pretty quick without much of an analysis, I have to say, but I kind of thought it was one of these small pullbacks and it was going to go right back up, but I didn't have a lot to back that up other than a strong belief that Tesla's going to be much, much higher today, which is why I would hold this into a downward move for sure. If it breaks to 25, yeah, if it breaks 225, I'm going to go in. Yeah, I'm going to go in right there. So I added it on its upward move. So it looked like it was going to keep going to me. So there it goes. Went up to 100 shares. I'm at 425.39 now. It's a risky move for sure. I'd like to see it break that fib and hold it. It's at 11. It just stopped dead at the fib on the ask twice. So we could have a painful move before we make money on this, but we're going to make money on it today. So we just have to hold it. We might have to hold this longer today. Go for some money. Here's our second green candle. People are going to jump in, especially if that can break the 5 over there. The 5 turns green. It's not like all good news. It's still stalling on us here. That hurt. That ATR did turn it around, and I was hoping it would just really keep it going off of that, but it seems like it's retesting it now. And that could mean it's going to break down through it, which is not a pretty situation. But I am only at half my share size position and ready to add. Normally I would add going up. As it breaks this fib, you might see me get into full share. Oh, no, I'm so close to I wouldn't do that. No. So close to my position if it breaks the fib. There it goes. BRFH popping over $5 now. Having him announce momentum stocks always makes you want to jump to, what he's talking about. There it goes. That's why having Benzinga is a good thing to have. If you're just doing that, it's definitely a strategy to trade, but you don't want to be involved in more than one strategy at a time. Just one thing at a time. Keep focused. Other people are listening, so I'm just like, let it go. But a lot of people put in their little headsets. Boy, that AGMH just dropped dead. Dropped out. That's what we lost our 100 and whatever on this morning. Made big money and then just faded. Well, Tesla seems to be grinding right here, so let's get a pop. Need a pop up, not down. It's grinding at the ATR, which is a good sign that it's holding it, but if it breaks it, it's not a good sign. I can't take any of these trades. There's trades here. This is what bothers me, is I can't take these because I'm locked in. So I'm wanting to just get out, even if it's maybe a lesser loss, and be able to trade some of these moves because they are moving about 20 cents on a regular basis here. Here we go. There we go. $95 on that trade. Just had to wait it out. Go back down to 50. I was looking at and I thought it didn't move. I was looking at, but it moved a whole dollar. I just looked up. I was like, I saw the money. I thought it was just right where I was, but it popped a dollar in a split second. So, and it kind of threw me for a minute there. Okay, so that was good. We could have held into that, but it's dropping from there. That was a good opening trade. So I think between the two, what are we at now? No, it's not. It's not showing my. All right, we'll come back to that. I don't know why it's not doing that. I think I'm close to even money now, but I'm not sure. I can't remember what I had on Apple, but we did make some money on Apple, right? So we're. I better go look to see how you guys are doing. So you guys, we got 95 there and 84. So we're over our goal. If you have made your goal, you should stop, go celebrate, go dancing around the house, preferably with clothes on, because I don't want to imagine it. Well, I guess that depends, but probably not. Yeah, usually traders aren't on the cover of Sports Illustrated. You never know, right? You never know. All right, we're off topic. Well, let's see. It's good. So I know that I am now green as well, but let's see what else we can do. How are we doing, Charlie? You have $20 green. Okay. She went down the rabbit hole with me and lost money on that other trade. But at least we're green again. And here we go. So now we're chasing something here. So I'm a little worried about jumping into this because it could dip right back down, of course. So, at 5 minute, just trying to keep an eye. I don't want to lose perspective here. Tending to want to go short more as we get up here. Hit that fib. But you got to be ready for some pain, hold into some pain if you go short. I'm looking for some retracements down here. So we had almost an abandoned baby move right here. That stopped at that area right there. Wow. So that's what they call a gravestone. That's a rejection. See, there's the grave, there's the stone. And it shows you a rejection sign. Learn your patterns. Candlestick pattern playbook. I have a link to it. There's a new color version now. You should definitely look for the color one because it might send you to the black and white one, but there's a color one. How far is this going to reject? Yeah, we need it to consolidate again. We need to see what's going to happen here because this could be a big, this could come all the way down here. So I'm going to wait to get into this. It's tempting to get in at the 427, but I'm going to wait. Let's keep our money. We did good. Yeah. You know how I love to go against the move a lot. I love to do the retracement. So I will look for that again up here. Going up toward the 429 or, maybe a little below that. So the more it does this here, the more there's opportunities to go long or short, the more it consolidates. Man, I tell you, I kind of want to get in down here on a long because it just seems like it's pounding up. We're getting little dips, but most of the swales are back up, not down. So, and if you want to go short, just wait for me to go long, and then you should go short. You know how that is, right? That goes. I saw that happening. It wasn't not a time you wanted to go short, but definitely long down here. Now it's calling me long at the 2750. Unless the price action changes here suddenly. I'm looking to see the flow here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, but I'll take it if it lets me out. There we go. So 109 on that. I was looking for a much lower entry. Didn't want to stay in that move. I was looking for it to dip back down here. $61. Cancel. Okay. Looking closer to the 50 cent. There we go. Does it pick me up? It's falling now, so yeah, I'm going to say like, oops, that could be going down. So look for a recoil up. Just a little recoil. That's all we want. There's one. That's $11 if it grabs me. There I am, 74. So 123. Just stair stepping up to a nice green day. And look at it fall. So that's why you just want to not get greedy. So that's the 9 moving average right there. Here's the 20. We're right near the top of the market magnet. Oh, no. Okay, so the market magnet's not functioning properly. So let's get that straightened out right now.
NUKK, nucleus popping here to the highs now, $6.48. Company announced the stock offering to a particular investor. Nucleus secures strategic $250 million growth facility to lead next generation aerospace and defense revolution. That's a press release now following the filing earlier. That's NUKK.
Now the magnet's a little bit more trustworthy. Okay. Yeah, I kind of missed that dip down there while I was messing around with the magnet. But so looking at 427 even down here maybe for a dip. It's close. I'm going to go for it. I said 13. Wow, that's not a good sign. It took 2 times to fill 50 shares. That means things are really slowing down on the volume area here. So we're dipping a bit further than I wanted to, but I'm going to definitely hold into this. I don't think it's anywhere near done going up, and I think it's going to still go up this early still. I do anticipate that there will be a larger retracement today in the next hour or two. There we go. So 136, just a small recoil. I'm inventing terminology for everybody, right? That's what they told me yesterday, that the recoil was a really good description of what the level 2 does. So I'm a pioneer for you all. You can be the first ones to say, we're just looking for a little recoil. You know, not a retracement, a recoil. See the market magnet coming in here? Where is our magnet? Down here. So that's pulling price action up because that's where it all is. So watch the magnet come up, and that means everybody, the way they read their indicators, jumps on to the move. There's the magnet. Watch that pop up. That's why you want to get the market magnet. Wow, huh? It still did not pull it. Very surprised that that wasn't enough volume to pull that up. So it made a new high there. Not quite at the fib, but man, that would have been a great place to short there. I was focusing on the magnet thinking, is that going to pull up? Because I don't want to short it. And it didn't, which means I did want to short it, and I just didn't do it fast enough. That would have given me easily 50 cents, almost $1 move there real quick. So now, does that mean that this is going to spring right back up there? And it's kind of likely that it is. So it hit the tweezer move down here right at the 427. That would be the better place to enter, but I'm not sure it's going to drop that low again. I mean, now anyway, as we're watching. So thinking about it. So the spread's about 6 to 8 cents if you wanted to get in market, which I was just contemplating to make sure I got in on this recoil up. Too late. It's going back up. Hit the 428, installed. There we go. There's a nice dip. I'm going to take that if I can get it. I tried to get it at 34. It takes too long. I'm out. Okay. I just have to zoom back in on what I'm watching. You get a snapshot, and if it doesn't pick you up, then everything changes. That's how fast it happens. So, so I was contemplating going market, and the spread got wider right when I was thinking about it.
ROP, Roper Technologies reports decline in truckload volumes and spot rates in mid-August.
There we go. That was a beautiful dip. Let's wait for a little larger recoil. A little larger. I could have got out there for like 20, $15 there. But I was looking for something a little bit bigger up there, but it's not really showing it like it's, oh, here comes some volume to pull it up. See it up here? That's what we want to go. Oh, that was a small one. I'll take it if it grabs me. 51. So, yeah, that was a very small trade, but darn. Did go up, and I clicked it. I thought I clicked it like 10 cents higher, and then by the time I had canceled, it was going to pick me up, and it took a beat longer. I had time to cancel. A comedian was talking about how when you lock your keys in your car, you're like they're on the seat or they're right there. You see them, and you're starting to shut the door, and you see your keys, and you're like, but then the door, you can't stop the door from like the door. You close the door anyway, even when your brain registers like, there's my keys right there now locked, and there's my day is now ruined. Just like, but something in your head just slow-mo like, I can't stop from closing this door. I feel that way about trades sometimes. It's like I see it, but I can't, there it is. Oh, you could have easily adjusted that trade, but something in your brain just went like, the trade's a little bit more nebulous, right? The keys are pretty hardcore. Like if you see your keys, don't close the door, locking your keys in. But what happens to our brains, right? It was so explaining something that happens to all of us. I'm thinking, I thought that only happened to me. That happens to everybody. Here we go. I'm going to go for it. 30. Come on, you got to get me now. Nope, that's it. Okay, I'm thinking I want to go back in market again. I'm just thinking that market right now might be the way to trade this. I wonder what kind of slippage they're going to give me here. When I see a dip way down there that fast, the slip might go my way if I hit it as it's going down, Sometimes you see me when I trade the RV strategy, you just wait for the movement in your direction to hit the reverse. Here we go. Man, is it a hard top here. I need to mark this because it's made a serious flat top, like right there, like 28.33. So it could be breaking out of that at any second here. Look at how many times. That kid has a razor cut. That's back at the 25-cent haircuts right there. 1950s.
CDLX moving here. CDLX now at $3.27.
There it hit it again, guys. Just waiting for the breakout, but man, see, that was a 30-cent move down had I got in. But I was going to hit market, which probably wouldn't have been a good spread for me. I mean, a pickup on the price.
Starbucks is a client again of the company, CDLX.
What's going on with Apple? They're back to 240, so they faded. So Tesla's our baby right now. Nvidia's up a couple of bucks. Palantir's up $4. That one is so hard to read. AMD's almost even money from the open. Oracle went up, like they said, $3. That's not a huge amount. Hood's up $1. What's Baba doing? It didn't hit. Oh, there's Baba. Nope, it's even money. All right, I don't have any FOMO now. Wow. There you go. I'm going to take that. All right, so I went in market on that, guys, to make sure I got in. So I am shorting it and looking for a bigger retracement here. Let's see. I got it all the way up at 429. I didn't expect to get it that high. Hopefully this isn't the beginning of a huge upward move. I'm going to try to get out. There we go. So up to 157. It just ended up being another small trade, but I took it. For a minute, I thought my volume was off. It's like, God, you guys are all emailing me or commenting. It's like, I'm not looking at your comments. You have no volume. I know it's kind of hard to watch my screen and watch your screen. So it's obviously listening, which is what I get all the time from the other traders. Like they can't look at my screen, and that's why Charlie's, but they can look at chat. That's why Charlie's constantly chatting. Just position, thoughts, position, thoughts. Where's the fib? Where's this? Because I might say looking at the fib level and not give the price, Wow. It is tempting to go short, guys, but this is a strong move up. So I'm just holding off for a second. Went all the way up to 429.47. Let's look to see what it gives us for recoil. There was 30 cents. 30 cents right there. It's going to break the 429, or is it like a 30 cent at best? Which isn't too bad, but I'd like to see it break below the 429 right there. So we had a 40 cent. There you go, 60 cent retracement. There you go. So now it's there we go. Now let's see what we get for a dip, for a possible dip trade here. I'm going to take that right there. So that's a definite risk that it might go much lower, but I'm prepared to ride it down. We're right at its high, remember, so we're at its high. So when you play a dip, it could be just continue to dip. A little drip could be a running river downward. So I thought as soon as I took that dip, I was like, I don't know about that trade. I said, I'm willing to ride it down to this level, but that's $2 down. It's $100 negative trade. So do I really want to do that when I only have 170 on it so far? What are we doing on time? Okay, so we got a hangman right at the top. That's a rejection right off of its high. Look for a bigger pullback here, guys. We got a fib supporting it at 428.75. It did stop it dead, but if it breaks through it, look for a bigger pull down, maybe all the way down to the 428.50. It did not break through it. It pulled back up. This hangman is a reversal sign. 5 minutes, though, don't show it. 15 minutes, just all nothing but green. So again, we're at okay, so it did break the 75. So look at the 50, possible 50 cent for a buy here to go for the dip. Then you're at least in territory where you can recover if it goes further. Okay, so I went in and tried to get it. I got it at 42 cents. So it is making a bigger play down. So I'm ready for it, though. I think that's a pretty good spot to get it, because it's not even a full dollar down to where it was consolidating. So now if it starts to turn around, then you'd want to get that. So I'm 427.8. That's 60 cents off. So I probably wouldn't go in until I see it break 428, and then I would add to my half of my position. But right now it's hurting me. It's going the other way. So we're going to have to wait this move a little bit. I'm not going to get out of this move for a loss. I'm going to hold it. And I'm thinking it's going to come back. So this is not the beginning of the retracement. So we just passed the entry where everybody starts trading right at a half hour after market opens. So let's give that a chance to realize itself. I don't think it's everybody take profit. I think everybody get in to make more money is what's going to happen here. So I'm looking for 428 to go to half my position if it hits it. The fact that it keeps breaking down is not thrilling me. That's a level it's held for a while, which is 427. Now it's really hurting. Well, we had a nice cushion to start. Do I want to lose it all? Could this could, you know, obviously anything could happen. It could retrace the whole distance down. I just don't think that's going to happen. NVIDIA muscles in on Tesla's self-driving car turf. Well, that's not a great story. When did that happen? 10:03? Oh, God. We were having such a wonderful time going up. I was going to invite you over for dinner. Maybe have you meet my mother. What are you doing, Tesla? What are you doing to us? Here's a pullback back here, 26. Man, we don't want to see that. Hit that. Now I'm going to go in at the 27. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go in there. Huh? As it broke the 27, I went in. And I got down to 427.72, but I have 100 shares now. So if it continues to drop, it will get painful fast. Showed sign of a reversal on several different indicators. So I went in. I halved my total share size. There's a reversal sign at the bottom showing it's going to go back up. Now we're just going to break these levels with power, a concise move. Don't get greedy if you're with me, guys. Just remember, we're $15, $20 trades. You don't need to hold into a bigger move. You know, you might get lucky and make big money, but you might not too. So it is showing great signs of going up, though, I have to say. Swaling up, there's a pullback, but it wasn't as high. See, it was a bigger swale up than down. So it's hitting the magnet right now, hitting the 20 and the 9. We'd like to see it break back here, break by here with some power. We're very close to being green now. Here it comes. So on slippage on this, the way it's popping, I'm going to definitely go with the ask instead. But we're looking for a big pop up. We'll take that. Not give me, so that's 191. So it could keep going here, but I just, you know, we were at half the share size, so I just took it. It's going to pull back. We'll go back in. We've got it at 84. Just 50 shares now, so we can add to this as it continues to make its move up. Well, that wasn't as much as I wanted to add, but that's at the even dollar, so that's 16 cents up if I get it. It's only $8, so 199. So we're well over 250 for the day if you take Apple, and hopefully none of you did that pre-market move that I did. Although it was being recorded for you just without sound, I think, but you can see it on the stream. Watch my pain on the stream. So it's good. It's going to be a good Friday if we don't blow it, right? Don't get cocky. You know, we're on the way to 300 here, $300. So trader view is going to look great. We're on our way to a nice 4,000 to possible 5,000 month, but 4,000 anyway. Which is if you're on a fixed income is outstanding. If you're trying to make your mortgage and car payment, it's outstanding, unless you have a Lamborghini or something. Interest rates are going down soon. If they already started to go down before the rate cut. I'm looking to get a new car. If you have an idea of what kind of car I should buy in a midlife crisis to be really cool, let me know. Now, it has to be practical, too. It has to be somewhat practical. When I stopped owning only trucks, it was a big move for me. I felt like such a coward on the road. Like, I used to drive really aggressively. I always had a big truck. You know, not like Humvee, but... And then I ended up with a Honda Pilot. And it had everything, you know, and it was gas conscious and you know, could carry family members and stuff. So it had TV in the back to show, you know, if you have kids and whatever. So at the time, and I was a real estate company back in the days where people would still drive in your car before you might get murdered. Anyway, there was a lot of reasons why I bought it. But what I did notice is that I just felt like people gave me no respect on the road. Like when you have a big truck, people just seem to get out of your way. I'm not making that up. They just seem to get out of your way. If you start to fade into a lane, they kind of like, shit, you know, they go the other way. Pardon my French there. But when you have a Honda, they're like, bring it on. I'll ram you right back, pal. You know, all respect was lost. Now, I had people telling me that was all in my head, but I don't think so. I don't think so. So I decided that although I have nothing against Honda and their mileage, I need to own something that speaks a little more masculinity for me. That's just all I'm saying. That's just me, personal preference. So, and you don't want to get something stupid like, look at that guy, midlife crisis. Look at that guy in the convertible as his hair falls out. What is he doing? What is he doing? Is he going for the young babes? What is he doing? What an idiot. Not that I care that much what people think, you know. So, if you would like to give me some advice, I want a car that's a decent car, safe to drive, you know, airbags, but cool. It's cool. Not a $200,000 car, you know, $70K to $100K maybe, like an average price, or maybe $50K is average, I don't know. But if you have some ideas, I was looking at BMWs, the M5s, and I'm pretty tall, though, so when you get into those lower cars, squatting, I don't like that squatting feeling. Look at what we're getting here, guys, as I'm jabbering. We're getting a nice consolidation between 428.33 and 427.68, and this general level here looks like a spot to maybe go. I don't think I want to go short, but I would go long down here as it drops back down. So let me take a look at that. I would go into market too. Is that going to go below the 7? It is. I'm going to go ahead and grab it down there at 64 and hope that we get a recoil back up to where it had been going here. No, of course not. Seriously? Did some story come out? No. Okay, well, now I'm back in the same damn position I was a minute ago. So adding at the 427 again. If it goes, if it turns around. Oh, it already passed it. Oh, no, that wasn't enough of a definitive mark for me to get in there. It's swelling up. It's swaling up for sure. Yeah, I'm just going to hold my actual share size there. It's only 50 shares. Boy, it went down fast, huh? It dropped like, 60 cents right after I bought it. In a split second there. You struggle with the idea that you get a much better price point if you buy it on the lower dip. But if every sign is that it's going to continue to go down, then it's not a smart move. And right now, I'm not getting a definitive reverse. So I'm just throwing good money after bad by doing that. Now here, we want a 2650, 426.50. It did have almost an abandoned baby right there. It's a good pattern. You had the risk oscillator turn it around. And I don't know what you've got over here. Nothing really long-term here for it. So let me take everything else into account here on price action. Here's our 15-minute. We're way above range. We only have the intraday to help us and historical data from the intraday Wow, so it's hurting. I know what I'm going to do, guys. I'm okay letting that roll. I'm going to open this up and just see if we have some historical data that I'm not picking up on here. So you've got this level over here, right here. Smoothing in that level. That's way down there. This is a whole bunch of areas right there. And then right here, too. And then right here. All right. Oh, it's been going down since so I did get a new level there, which is interesting. Right at the 26. Ouch. And we're coming back down to the magnet. I mean to the ATR. Oh boy. We need a definitive turnaround here. We can't add to our share size right here. Not a smart move. Not a smart move. You get in a better price position when it's going your way. It's just not that better, but it's then suddenly you're out better and you've made more money. I'd want to see it break the 427 here, and then I would get in. I'm watching how it gets there, though. It has to get there with some big 15-cent swale ups, and then it's showing me that it's reversing, at least temporarily, and then we hope it's enough to get us to that recoil that we're looking for to make the money. But it's stalling right here. That's only 7 to 12 cents. There it goes. All right, I'm going to get in there. I went in ahead of where I needed it to go, just because it was moving so fast that I decided to get up. So now I'm at 427.30. This was just about to break the 427. That's why I went in. It hit in the 90s. There it was again. So that's why I took it, because it looked strong. And, of course, you never know 100%, but it looked strong, like a strong move, so I went for it. Got me a better position by like 40 cents. And here we go. I said, here we go. Did you not hear me? Here we go, meaning 428 now. 428 now. That's where we want to go. 428. Get up to 428. Here we go. There's a tailwind behind you. Don't start drafting it, guys. Get away from my move. Don't draft my truck. It's just indecision up here. People have an indecision here. I had like an $11 profit there for a second, but now it's pulling back. I don't like to see that. We got don't break that. There we go. I was good. Don't break the 427. You did it. You had to do it. You went the other way. Oh my God. So let's look at our 5-minute here. How much trouble are we in? Are we in trouble here? Now I'm up to 100 shares, so I don't think so. Not yet. And the 5 minutes very close to being green. We just need a little recoil right here. Get us back up to this. Here's where it opened, so 70. We just need to get above the 70, so get back up here to 80. This will turn green. See it over here. Now, you care about that because that's what 5-minute traders see, right? So you want them right up here. You want them to have confidence to go in the move. So seeing, and this is the 5-minute mark right here when they'll make their decision, mostly, is right there on that when it crosses that time increment. So it's just toying with us here. Makes a little block pattern here. I'm not opposed to getting out of this move, honestly, if it starts to really drop, and just keeping a good profit for the day here, because this is surprising me that it's doing what it's doing. So I'm a little perturbed that it didn't recover. You got to be careful here. There it goes. So now I have to decide. I didn't want to break 100, and I just did. And then I said, no, don't do it. Because it did stop at this historical data before. You guys make your own choices, obviously, where you're feeling comfortable, but the trade's going against right now, against what I would like to see happening. It's not over yet, but it might be, depending on your max loss. I was so happy a minute ago. So happy, and here's what you do.
WKHS Workhorse Group shares up 6.5%, increasing volume now. This looks outstanding.
Okay, guys, we can't get Charlie red. I have to get out of here before Charlie goes red. Okay, so we're oh, that's a good sign there. That's some good action on the level 2. 47.30. I'm almost $1 off position. A little bit better than I could go full position. Boy, if I went full, I'd have to get out fast if it started to dive. It is a rejection level here for to turn around, but not very strong. Yeah, this is just too much fading. You can see I'm very close to making a decision to get out. It needs to give me some confidence here. I don't want to see it break this level, 46. Now it's coming back. Going to break the 47. Would I want to do that? I'd still be up. No, I don't want to add to it there at that level. I'll just hold what I've got here and just make this as our trade, 100 shares. We've been going for $10 and $20 wins. We don't want to. Yeah, this is hurting us big time. A lot of trades to get back. The 2-to-1, it just doesn't work with this kind of a strategy. It's just because you got to wait for the moves. You know, I mean, maybe it works if you have a really, really low share size and. You know, I don't know. It's a ratio thing that a lot of people like to, you know, it's somebody says it to trade that way, then it gets parroted for years, and now it's like that's suddenly the only way to trade. It was that type of ratio. I don't believe that. The RV strategy absolutely proved it false. But, you know, if it works for you, then it's not false. It's great. It's perfect for you. Whatever works for you is what you need to do. Everybody's different. There we go. I like to see that move. No. You can see the risk oscillator was turning it around down there, that arrow. So we're almost even here on the ups and downs. So we got to get up here. This area before we're making money. We're way up here. Like to see that 5-minute close green, guys. That would be a good sign for us. 5-minute closes green, and we're looking good. That's in just another minute. We got another minute and 10 seconds. So we're almost back to where we need to go. So it broke the 427 for a second. Could take a lesser loss if you wanted. Still a great day. But right now, it's moving our favor in a big way, so probably not wise to get out at this point after all of that. Do not fade off that level again. Man, it hits that level at 50 cents and just fades. You know, for 427.50. It did it twice. See that? Did it again? Man, that seems to be where it wants to not break. Huh? We need it to really hit some strength here. I don't want to ride that down again. Here it comes. There's the 47. There's 47.16. Then it drops to 05 on the ask. Market maker has it right there. Okay, guys, I got to get ready to go the other trading group here, so I'm going to get out of this trade one way or another. I was hoping to get out green. Looks like it was going to take me green there, and then it just turned around at the last second here. Could hold it into a swing, Charlie, if we wanted to. We have to get to the other. I'm just thinking it through. If I want to hold this for a swing, I mean, it's very small loss right now. I really wish it would make its move. It's like it's about to make its move. I just want to get out of this trade, even if it's a small loss. We just get out of it. We have a timing issue, so got a big green day still. We got Apple at 80 something, I think. One more chance to pop up there. I had a chance to get out, and I thought it was going to pop really high. Right up here, we had a chance to make it green. Make a green trade. And I was just go market. It might have slipped a little, but okay, here we go. We're going to get out here, Charlie. Get ready to get out. You see it fade there? That was fast. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get out. I think I lost $10. I got out. All right, guys, we got to call it a day for us anyway. But I think we're doing good overall. If you came in right when we opened, we're very close to 300. I don't know if it's going to show it here. No, I don't know what's going on there, but it's not showing I'll have to figure that out. But anyway, thanks for being here. Have a great weekend. Be careful trading this. Keep your share size low. And see, it did it again. It rejected off of that level, right at my position. You see that? So, I'm probably lucky that I only lost a few bucks there. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. Go green, and I will see you. I'll probably make a video over the weekend. Been so busy, but if you don't see one, I'll see you Monday. All right, go green.